Hello, y'all, and welcome to Versus of Enchantment. What is this game? I don't know, but this is the demo. You cannot see my cursor. Now you can. Ooh. I can move the screen around. Play. Let's do the campaign. Travel the world.
An ancient land where magic and poetry are one and the same. The Isles of Prose. Throughout the ages, scholars became wizards, attaining mythical status by perfecting their art in epic duels. Those who had the means to learn this craft were able to devote their lives to the poetic arts. Over time, magic was considered somehow inherent, passed down through bloodlines. However, at the dawn of the Third Age, at the heart of the Isle's finest academy, a young wizard discovered a searing truth that could unravel
Friendship
the
is
very
magic.
fabric of high society. There was great uproar amid the magical elite. A decision was cast, and word spread across the lands. It was easier to shun one defiant wizard than sully the status quo. Despite the Academy considering the matter dealt with, there remained many wizards that deemed the discovery unforgivable. He had no choice but to flee in fear of his safety. Thus, the wizard's life was confined to the sleepy isle of Old Walland. Forced to adopt a slower pace, he found love with a woman and raised her child as his own. Even the new father's provincial home couldn't quell his love for the poetic arts. He saw great potential in the child's curiosity and became determined to instill in them the foundation of magic. Years later, as the heir of your father's discovery, it is your turn to become a wizard and master the poetic arts in Verses of Enchantment.
After learning the basics of magic from your father, you set out to test your skills against traveling wizards in the countryside. Will your prose hold up under their scrutiny? Welcome to the campaign mode. Let's go over the details of this interface. This is you, packed and ready to start your adventure. To move to another location, press a dotted road in between you and your destination. On your travels, you may meet other wizards to learn magic from. To interact with them, press their portrait tile on the map. Here you can see some extra information about the wizards you encounter. On top, you can find the wizard's portrait, name, title, and a preview of their deck of cards. Whenever a wizard shares the same location as you do, they might talk to you. It's true if your conversation will appear here. You vent! Share it out for a moment. Poetry, how wonderful. I can teach you what I know, so how about we have a duel? In advice, when you share locations, you can challenge them to a duel. Winning duels is the main way to turn new cards and progress in the story of Verses of Enchantment. On to the magical duel, a battle between wizards. Let's go over the details of this interface. This is you, looking good. Try to be the last wizard stand by the end of this duel to win. See your health. If your health is depleted, you'll be defeated and you'll need to rest before venturing forth. Your deck of cards. This is your hand. Start of your turn, you draw 3. So if they are fulfilled, they'll sparkle. In the middle, we have the selection area. Selected cards go here. Every turn, you'll choose 3 cards to play by selecting them one by one. And then we have the right button. You can end your turn and trigger their effects by pressing it. There's a little more to it than this. Okay. So, sword to deal 10 damage. A river, cure soul burn from yourself. We don't have soul burn. Sun to inflict a soul burn. Inflict a dispirit. And inflict a heartbreak. So, sword, sun, and silence. Then we write a poem. This is your opponent for the duel that do the best army health, so be careful. By bringing their health to 0, you win. After your opponent has selected their cards, you can take your time to read them over. So ready, you can press confirm and let their effects play out. Start of your turn, the last 3 cards you played are used to generate a poem. The names of the cards are used as themes to write an original verse of Enchantment. In this poem, words that are also card names or synonyms of card names are highlighted. Hover over these words to see their synonyms. Some cards use these highlighted words as a condition to trigger their effect. Green needs 2 words of type brilliance to be present in the last poem. Other cards require a certain highlighted word type to be represented the most. I have no sword to guide me. I have no sword to guard me in the darkness of my day. My soul shall be unharmed as a prisoned bird. A sun will shine on my last breath, unrestrained in silence, oh my God. So I have a lot of gloom cards. So restore 0 health to yourself, yeah. And sure. A river in whose watery bed my spirit drank the tears of years, where grows an oaken forest red amidst the dying golden years. Oh, how sweet to fall upon a head! Oh, such a life were paradise. And in the summertime when leaves are green, when berries drop from only bush or tree, as duty bids be every moment seen, the dew of beauty glistening through each ye, at sight o'er who smiles and takes his tea, a fitting tribute to our tears doth he. And now the morning dawned with golden ray, when he was on his way to make his will. From the first relief of that blessed ascending day, he chose a place, and courage yet did fill. The world is rife with tyrant brawl, a man's greed for gold doth not grow small, his gain in love and rage his all is pleasure, wealth, sweet life at all. The storm grew keen with thunderous might, and shook the solid air. No spirit in that hour was there, but gazed upon a fair, sweet flower that trembled in her light, a tiny, fragile, dewy white. When the storm was fierce and loud, and I aware of its thunderous voice, I left my love to cloud by that forest of memory, where it sleeps in many a nook it has been, though never shook. Loud and hoarse apparently rhyme. There came a wind out of the north, a sharp wind and a deadly wind. And between both lightning storm I comfort like an eating fire. I shivered, shuddered, fainted, and died with her, my love. Yeah, that poem kind of fell flat on its face.
Yeah, these poems are
A brave high soul of noble mind, to all good service given, and my duty faithful but refined, like the sword in his heart and fire, unmoved with reverence and dread. Huzzah! Haha! I love the grey sea of the lake that laves it in a golden shower. Like some pure woman who would wake from her deep grave to find her flower. Sorrow and rage his very soul possessed, but the more dreadful passion of her mind awoke a power which filled his heart and breast. His eye became familiar with his kind, and thus through love she lived to be refined. You've unlocked a new card sleeve. 1 card out of 3, or 100 gold. Oh, such beautiful poetry. You're already gifted with talent, growing as the trees do. Whenever you're in a village or city, you can trade. Use the arrows in the trade menu to buy or sell rations at the price listed in between. Prices change over time, so keep an eye out for good deals. Alright. You can see what cards, blah blah blah. Alright. Okay, wait. I need to do Alright, cool. Oh, expensive rations. So let's buy some pricey rations. Let's buy a bunch of cheap rations. You claim to be educated in the art of poetry? Preposterous! Allow me to demonstrate the difference in our skills. Sure, let's start the duel. So yeah, Soul Burn is basically just deal 7 damage. So I might as well... Huzzah. We are fighting for our king, and his sword shall never flinch, but when comes the storm that wings all the Northern's heart with fire, oh, then let us do battle, we shall stand by to inspire. Double soul burn, and then to spirit you to deal 15 damage. Child of a star, the skies were blue, the sun was shining on, and from that golden scorn arose a little boy alone. A child, there is no more to do, we are 2 children, 1. And I heard, as the silence swelled, a sound of sorrow and death. The forest steps were filled with the ghostly echoes dead, as if they had fallen asleep. Well then.
That looks good.
Yeah. 4 heartbreak. And...
And a soul burn?
Sure, why not? Now the old will scoff and chide, and a better time has dawned. Let us smile as they did in olden time, in thankful reaping's crown. Oh, this is a lot of damage. But there is a sun which never sets, so in my heart this duty moves, that love and I may meet together, and see her face the skies above. Fortunately, I don't have any gloom cards in here, so let's just boom, boom, and boom. Life Rage Tears is basically a poem by itself. But the sword was sharp and cold, that would not deal out love. For his pride he laid aside, to die by fire or prov. Oh, 'twas sweet to live, 'twas wondrous dear, 'tis sweeter far. Ouch. We're at least 70 health inflicted distract. I wonder what distract does. He spoke from when from his weeping eyes the raising fury rised amain. So rushing on a mortal rage, his soul dissolves into the stream. To heaven he bears with awful sway, and tears of endless life convey. I'm good. A new card sleeve. Interesting. Me defeated by some common hick. I concede you have skill, child, but be assured our next duel will end differently. I mean, that's what you say, but... Get rid of that and take that. So it seems like you really want cards of one, maybe two types, so you can have, like, say, Brilliance cards that want Ego and Ego cards that want Brilliance, for example. Or, like, say, have a Love card and, like, a whole bunch of Bloom cards to deal... I mean, to be fair, Heartbreak is not such a great thing. Or, like, Brilliance with Forest or something. So I think I can just keep fighting this one guy over and over again. Discard a card at the end of your turn. Okay. And then they'll draw a card from me. Yeah, dealing 30 damage, they could still use their turn 1 gold. The storm is past, the clouds are gone. To him whose sovereign word is truth and duty, man was born. His mind made pure, unsullied, free, subsides with life, or sinks in thee. He comes, the glory crowned. Mostly gloom words. No. O mother, O gentle wife, or mother that sees her child, arisen from death's cold and raging strife, to touch its hands with fire, he held up against life, as in a shield against the world of gold.
I can't tell if there's any rhyme or reason to what words actually show up in the poem.
It's AI generated, so it's like, make a poem with the words fire, gold, and child. Then they have a thing that, they have like a list for all of the different words that go with the different keywords that they want. So it's like, oh, child, that's an ego word, and then they just highlight those. Raging strife, well, that's a passion word. So they have the AI make a poem out of those three words, and then they just boom, 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 boom. These are the things. So I'm sure if we do like Crown, Duty, and Sword again, it would be, oh no, sorry, Fire, Gold, and Child again. It would be different cards,
Probably.
like different. Use the same cards, it'd be like a different poem. Because we got like a red, even though they didn't have any passion cards. The sun, which now from out the south was going, cried, what ails thee, thou unhappy one? Why dost thou weep, and yet is kindling thy spirit's rage with such an angry look? Is it for want of water or fire? How? Where? Like 2 soul burn. Deal 10 damage. And inflict a dispute. For every sword of their devotion, a crown with golden stars was worn, while each a loving duty done had counted her adored and blessed. O love, the life-giver, thou who went the blessed first in me. They have their damage. He held his peace while she in silence with sword and weapon stood. The forest, as it heard him fighting, shuddered with dread. Be wood!
Oh my god, it actually rhymed.
Most of them do.
Honestly, not really.
In this dark time when lust and greed with rival power inflame, how vain it is to plead for need, or groan with wants that claim. While every good in some one creed is gospel writ in bloody reed. Oh, see, that has rhymes, odd rhyming scheme, ABABCC, but it still rhymes. Like 3 heartbreak, then deal 7 damage. I have had dreams of beauty and fame, and a dream in my heart is set. He who has known no passion but loves his secret flame shall hate himself forevermore. Forgetting memory, love, or greed. Alright, deal 10 damage.
What does Heartburn do, or whatever?
Oh, Heartbroken, you can't restore health anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just do your 3, deal 10, and you win.
Yeah.
Storm, Fire, and Rage. I would have liked to see what that one would have become.
Oh well. Honestly, I'm very tempted to just take a bunch of just deal damage cards.
Yeah.
If your last poem contains an ego and a gloom ward, inflict 3 heartbreak. Or it contains ego and brilliance, deal 20 damage. Yes, this. Okay, there are some cards I could take. Could I? Okay, it looks like I could potentially take the gold card, which would be a really awesome card to get.
Yeah.
Ego and brilliance deal 20 damage, so duty, fire, sword. Ego and brilliance. Good thing using the king now and not after drawing a ton of cards, but... A brave high soul of noble mind, to all good service given, in duty faithful but refined, like the sword in his heart and fire, unmoved with reverence and dread.
Yeah, that rhymes.
Mind refined. Has a rhyme. Pride, Sun, Rage. To serve thee in the hour of danger and give thy duty to our king, Then may he reign as Britain's monarch, rule with a scepter and in all domain. Select a card from your deck. Wow. So shall the pride of every nation in ancient strength, its matchless might, be strengthened like a rising sun, to dare and speak and do no wrong, with all men's hearts in concord strong, for heaven, for earth, and man, with God. Can't use greed. Can't do memory. Let's heal. But who has ever known so great a wonder in the black night as how in that dark room, all fire, all cold, with all its fumes of burning, a mind so frozen and a heart so tome?
What?
Just as soon as I finished.
Oh yeah, I keep getting a notification about a thing on my work calendar.
The clouds with their weight of flowers were slowly descending. When he spake in the silence, a storm broke like life at its ending. Oh, where is my mother? Okay, that... Okay, that is a really... That's actually sad. A storm is coming and a person's mother has apparently just died. It's kind of sad.
No, that's just a mama's boy.
Well, when he spake in the silence, a storm broke like life at its ending. I guess I can do this. Also, it's hard to tell, is that two women in this picture of love?
Looks like it.
Cool. Two soul burn. No. Wait a second. Huzzah! I can do this. I can bring them down to 1! What mean you who come at this hour of the year with your crown in your mouth and a garland above? You that are crowned with the gold, and we scorn to behold your home and its gardens and skies and the sunshine so fair and so new. Click the soul burn and deal a nice chunk of damage. Okay, I can just do nothing and Kadamon will still lose. I will be ever true to love and you, though the false force of your sorrow hide, the golden gates that swing across the deep. For all who seek for happiness divine, you are mine and most dear. Oh, let me take you in, kiss me once more. Boom! Yay, we win! We can get the gold card!
Hooray!
And apparently this is all this game is, but I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
You want to get rid of the one that, what was it, the... Oh, never mind, I was thinking something else.
I'll take this nice gold card. More brilliance.
Do you want to keep dueling this one, or do you want to...
I mean, getting more gold cards for potential extra distract so they can't do as much during their turns would be pretty nice.
I can see why he has gold and scorn. Because if you use gold once or twice and then use scorn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, inflict 2 dispirit. Alright. No. I can't write with only 2, unfortunately. So I guess I'll do this. I don't want to give them king because then they'll have an extra card and deal even more damage. But my start doesn't have many that I can properly use. At least I have life. So, taking 35, but just flat damage. Draw my 4 cards. 'Tis the storm it had gathered, and with its load of sorrow wrung my spirit sore. As I sat there alone, watching her mind from a distance to nothingness, I could hear the wind moan out of the south, saying ever, she is not near. Know what would make this game like an extra step above from good to awesome?
What?
All of these poems are canon for like Arc 2. So you do all of this and make all these poems, and then like a story gets made with all of the poetry.
That would be neat.
Mostly Gloomwoods, no. Maybe I should have used another deal 10 damage just in case they didn't get it. Oh, wherefore did I leave my bow, my arrows, and sword also, for to follow the young colonel when he was a king's son? His follow shall never be gained, till God amend his high treason. They are the fire that burns my life away. I know not how it goes, but I shall dare to hold its rage, and they will burn me there. I would to heaven for safety come to pray. The devil take the woman! Shoot, no ego cards in that. Should have done that, then I could have gone with pride.
Devil take thee, woman.
You see that I have suffered so I may not ever grieve in vain, nor want nor find ambition go beyond the world and greed of gain. And though my crown shall be a base, my home is anywhere a praise. Just a random brilliant sword in there. No good reason. Just to be able to use the pride card. Yet must we not our duty leave? We are a forest free of guile, and if these robbers should succeed, to robbers here 'twill be no theft in freedom's land. It was going well, and then... Wah. Fortunately, can't use that. Okay. The pride of the land and his mind, though small in all her glory of beauty, yet at length, when sinking sinks low as a shadow that falls down from the noonday sun, what will it be? How much, and what? We need that king card. I am a bird of many colors, the sun and rain, the sword, the fire, and I have done them all for you, as these things shall be, but nevermore may any bird come to do me good.
The fact that life doesn't let you heal is concerning.
Well, no, it would, but I'm heartbroken, so I can't restore health.
Oh, that would explain it.
Heartbroken or disputed. Heartbreak you and sorrow you. I'll deal my 25 damage, and then your soul burn will kill you. A storm with love and sorrow. One card out of 2. I guess we've been beating him too much.
Well, I think you don't get multiple copies of things.
But we haven't gotten the king card yet. If we can get that. Let's just take this.
Well, remember, like...
Yeah, it also doesn't seem like we can get
cards that he has. Hover over
It
king.
looks...
Because see with the one
Yeah,
for
we can't
Scorn,
get king. Yeah, the only one of his cards left that we can get is the Scorn. That is a good point.
Yeah. So you may as well beat him one more time just to get it.
Just to get the card and then leave him?
Yeah.
If your last poem contains Ego and Gloom, inflict 3 Heartbreak. Heartbreak is meh.
Meh.
But fine.
Yeah, I don't care about Heartburn.
Oh, would you look at this?
Do it.
Yeah, imagine if we could do, like, gold, gold, gold. Just...
Yeah.
But, I mean, it doesn't actually do damage. Only gold, storm, and duty. Distract you, deal 20 damage. Unfortunately, they're going to do their gold as well. A storm of gold has settled on me. I'm wrecked upon a sea. Oh, duty, beauty, love, and worth have given birth to thee. Then hear then, as the waves are still, my last adieu, my dying wail. More than that. Deal 10 damage. Deal 10 damage. Sure, I'll heal.
And get rid of mine?
Yep. So in the gold of all this earth, when I am sick and tired, the sun will find me there tonight to smile again with scorn. Farewell. Oh, if we love thus well, why then let us be loved. Who knows? Perhaps.
Maybe so. I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
I have a sword upon my hand, a hound within a leash, and when I've spied an angry hind, I then live the rage of life. I think I'll just toss the memory card and hope for a sorrow.
Yeah.
As I'm about to soul burn them 3 times. Not do heartbroken or dispirited. Crowned with glory, your hero of fire, a nation's defender and king. And to you, sir, his laurels expire when the time comes that calls you to sing. Taking 40 damage. Ow. But in the forest still I tread, and memory to my breast is given, that on a sun and moonless night I sat like one who dreamed of heaven. That's a nice poem. Love, pride.
Pride and sorrow.
Yeah, because they'll be heartbroken. So deal 35 damage? Cool. Although it is weird that love then sorrow is like a combo here.
Well, makes sense.
I cannot tell how I feel now, for pride is a weapon of might, but I'll know that my duty will serve my honor and never forsake it with the sword. Alright, cool, no healing. Whatevs.
That's okay.
The pride that had her to love, and the sorrow of his loss, with the dim and ghostly power above, all weakness in its cross. Dead.
Storm, fire, sun.
Dead. I'll take the last card.
Now, did we get anything new from... Oh.
It seems I misjudged you sorely. The mainland bears many wizards with skill greater than even mine. So I just suggest you see for yourself what the world has to offer. Oh, hello again.
Aha.
Hello, you. Yeah, this place is cheap, and the only thing to spend money on seems to be food. Apparently you can't have more than 49.
No, Claire, it's because the shop is out of food.
Oh. Today's sunrise is truly beautiful and such a pleasure to share it with you. Do you love the morning birdsong as I do? Your opponent's dispirited, deal 20 damage. Okay, wind would be nice for a mono nature deck.
Ooh.
A gloom and 2 nature wards deal 20 damage, so ouch. A bit of gloom, a lot of nature. Alright. Fire, sun, and use up this love card. Huzzah! Curious. It was about the time of setting sun he died, and in that death our lives were done. I thought it just as well I should expire, for not a wish or deed of my love could tire. There was no flower that smiled at dawn, nor any bud to break its petals forth, only a rain of tears in the wind, like water that has wet the world forever.
Oh wow, look at that. It's actually using 2 of the words that were in that one.
Yeah. Cure all of your soul burn, ouch. Deal 24 damage and do a heartbreak. So now I can't heal myself. Oh, come on! There is madness in the lonely forest of your greed and cruelty and pride, for it thrills your pulses like a secret I dare not speak or see. Sword of Duty, Rage.
Yeah.
Just Attack for 30 immediately. Probably take a solid 20, but then I can heal like 10 of it. The wind is a-coming from the sea, out of your window with his sighs. It's bringing to us, out o'er my heart, a little water lily that cries, breaking its pretty tears on her banks, down by the river. All 3 of the words.
Why did she
Deal
play
to-
Leaf
Pardon?
over your opponent's hand? Never mind.
What though to each his duty bind, and all for him are sighs and pain? The sword he draws is ne'er unbound, his rage will vanish like the rain.
I don't think that works. Does it?
Why not? If your last poem contains mostly gloom words, 2, as opposed to 1 of each, it's glowing, which means it should be working.
Oh. Okay.
It has more gloom words than any other type of word. Seems to be what it is asking for.
Yeah.
Memory, sorrow, and then life. Actually, yeah, 25 wouldn't be enough, so... Give your spirit. The clouds are thick upon the sky, and storm-like in their braver eye, like ships whose courage puts an end to hope and faith and freedom. A leaf that drops at morning is a sign of victory. Bravery, victory. He left me to forget, to live in sorrow, yet for memory of that debt, which I did long regret, my life is such a debtor. 'Tis well, oh save it, God, that's better. It's like 2 soul burn. Three
Yeah.
soul burn and deal a bit of damage. Live in life. O ye who are about to perish, with the force of death shall cover you. If for once in comfort and love the spirit shall hover around you, only be ready, O Beauregard, to bear this message with you.
So they rhyme
Right.
you with you and you.
Yes. There is a land in the remotest day, a land where never sun may shine, where winter days are warm with stormy breath, and ever whitely sit and pray by haunted forest and by pine. I mean, this is going to be enough to kill, so it doesn't matter, right? Yay, we win!
Wind was for the,
Yeah. Deal 6 damage for each nature word in your last poem. But I kind of want flower just for the extra healing so we can use the gold card more.
sounds good.
Good as gold. Defeated again. I shouldn't go so easy on you. Alright. I think get rid of the mind.
Wait. Get rid of which one?
Mind. The one that makes both of us draw an extra card.
Ah, fair point. I was going to suggest the, what was it here? Near the bottom. Hang on.
Yeah, cards that deal specifically 10 damage are still
Honestly,
useful.
well, love is the one I was thinking.
Because I don't exactly have much in the way of gloom cards, that is true.
Do you have anything that you would want to put in instead of love, do you think?
I mean, take out love, put in tears to guarantee a heartbreak.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be specifically one. Instead of often being gone. Oh, would you look at that? Deal 10, deal 10, and let's go forest. Wow, really? Really? Oh, the wild rage and the tempest, and ever the strife, but soon it will end for a stormy day in a big green forest life.
Gold, fire, and life?
Yeah, so I'll definitely get the greed ready for next turn.
Yep.
Flick to distract, deal 10, and heal back up to full. Yeah. But now the storm began again, the cold rain beat about her feet. She hid with many a longing vein, her limbs are chilled like ice or sleet, and neither sun nor wind could break that lovely woman's sleep. I wish we could, like, save the poems that we liked. Like, yeah, we could write them down or screenshot or whatever, but I wish that those were like, save this poem, blink, so we could just, like, have all the ones we liked.
Yeah.
Nope. All in the fire of one sweet day, my life with light and love were blent, and then all I asked as though it lay, for naught but gold was lent. That day, that very day, content. Draw a card.
Duty and sword. There's nothing else we can do.
Nothing else that we can do that would actually do things. Yes, I totally agree. What if there's like a max hand size? For all her life was open sea, no shadow fell athwart the bay, and every wave of kindly spirit was full as pure and light and free as is a summer lake sunbounded, green comfort anywhere to be. One heartbreak, so I can't heal, but I'm not taking much damage.
Yeah.
We're about to take a bunch of damage. Potentially. No more shall the sword of oppression toiled for a world like our own. The greed that we bribed to our treason has turned into duty shown. Henceforth be careful and heed what God appoints for thy head. Oh. Tears and sorrow. I guess the sun.
Yep.
And we still intend to use Dispirited. They rode till they came to a forest wide, and tears did blind them soon. There he met with his shepherd lad, who would fain have been away, but that was a tale of an ancient day, that forgotten ere dawn could go. She wept. I loved thee, but in sour spite my tears were dried. My son has left the night upon her lips, and on thy bosom white. I kissed my rose when morning dawned at light. Oh, thou art come tonight! Restore 10 health, inflict a distract, and draw a card, and next turn I should be able to use Pride.
Yeah.
Because Floor has a lot of cards that can potentially be useless. And all his courage he had known, with one last look, then quietly leaned down and waited till a leaf was on the river green. Then hush, the silence falls again, the leaves are falling from it, shuts the door. Sorry, what's with the shuts the door part?
Why did she use wind instead of sea?
I mean, why not use wind and sea?
That too.
The flower you wear is like a weed, your golden hair the sun has kissed, and yet your gold heart's all your greed. Yet this is how we twain are missed. You are too fair to die indeed. A death you could not kill. Mostly gloom wards. I don't think this is going to be mostly gloom wards, so let's do fire and duty here. And then try...
Or you could, instead of duty, put in sword.
And just hope that I get more gloom wards than others?
Yeah.
You know what? Sure. This is also dealing 40?
Yeah, you win next turn regardless.
My pretty flower, I have but few. I value not thy tears. Thou art as frail and white a thing as any wild wind wears. Then be content to die for me, for so God made thee dear, she sighed. Okay, I can deal 30 damage. But the sword was sharp and cold that would not deal out love. For his pride he laid aside to die by fire or prove. Oh, 'twas sweet to live, 'twas wondrous dear, 'tis sweeter far.
We've seen that one.
Wait, we have?
Or at least one where they tried writing love with prove on the second and fourth lines.
Huh. We've probably done Pride Fire Sword before, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just deal 30 damage. Storm, Duty, Rage. Like, if one were to fill their deck with just deal 10 damage cards, they would generally just get a win, like, turn 4.
Yep. How are you doing on rations?
I mean, I don't think that doing this uses up any rations.
Oh.
Because rations are only used up if you move.